I really don't care for this route. Do I have to? Welcome back to the channel. I'm here to cover the church route of Fire Emblem 3 Houses, also called Silver Snow. Let me say a couple things first and foremost. You can watch my mini-series in any order, depending on which video I'm doing. So, cover a little bit of Golden Deer, since I'd be repeating myself if I did Golden Deer separately, and I briefly talk about it in my Liz video, talking about maddening mode. Now, I'm gonna start by saying I genuinely did not want to finish this route. I had the save file on standby for my Crimson Flower save I did a while ago. I completed Golden Deer before I started this route, and if I did a video on Golden Deer, I would just be repeating myself, so this is the video that I'll do instead. So, let's just jump in. Chapter 11 of Silver Snow, I forgot to record the footage for, but this was a while ago. Edelgard reveals that she was the Emperor, ooh, and Caspar finishes her off in the map. Chapter 11 is quite easy, it's not that bad. Edelgard gets doubled really easy, and Lycidia can one around her, or any good wyvern, or anyone with a hammer or armor slayer in general. So, yeah, it's not that difficult. Now, next on, Rhea declares that Edelgard cannot be forgiven, and Edelgard declares war on the church. Chapter 12, we fight our main team and finish her off. The map in general is not that difficult in hard mode, especially not having to deal with crazy buffed units on maddening, so the map is really easy to handle. And recently, while writing the script, I found that Randolph triggers her to move, meaning that a mage can go in, and preferably Lycidia by the way, she can easily kill Edelgard with the map, which I discovered in my maddening on Blue Lions. She's not that difficult to kill, as well as Death Knight and Hero too. Violet gets knocked into the cliff again for the 4th time, and the church route is kicking off with an animated cutscene that's underwhelming, to be blunt. We basically meet up with Edelgard and have a little fight with her, which doesn't really go anywhere because Edelgard has respect for you as her former teacher, so that goes nowhere. And then we run into Seteth in the monastery, so we also get alerted that there's thieves running amok in the monastery, or in the outskirts of the monastery. So Seteth and Byleth go and handle them in chapter 13. This version's hunting by daybreak. Yeah, this map is not that difficult on hard mode, and since I've cleared it on maddening twice, again, it's not that difficult, but I am interested in tackling this map in Black Eagle's maddening. Seteth in this map is meh. If you have a Brave Lance, maybe you can do some stuff with him, but he's not that fast, sadly. Thing is, in Blue Lions, you get Annette, who's a nice rally ball with rally strength and speed. If you have Merceus as your dancer and special dance, you can possibly get plus 8 speed in one unit, and plus 2 if you have a speed rig equipped, and prevent quads from doubles, and the assassins and grapplers. In Golden Deer, Claude is broken on that map, so just repo Ignatz and leave Lawrence to die. He's not that good, but back to Black Eagles. You get left Petra, on the top left Dorothea, and Caspar, which is fine. If you have Caspar with Rico, it's not bad, but the last few units to spawn are Bernie, Ferdy, and lastly, Linhot, that I benched. I then made my ways to kill everyone and finished off Pilardo. I use this image on Discord to help me find what future runs on this chapter, but for those playing maddening for the first time, I highly recommend using this image for reference. It is really helpful, but it's not bad to clear this map, generally speaking. Next, we get to the church members to decide our next course of action. It's here that we have no money, no lord, no affiliation. This is our lord right here, Seteth. So it's a fine unit. Defensively, he's not that bad, and it's helpful with rally defense. And with defensive units, you can use a fortress knight like Caspar for trolls or whatever. So chapter 14 is up next, and that's defending Garreg Mach. Randolph is basically on us, and we got sold out by the Empire, so they caught us lacking in a nutshell. The initial few units are not that difficult to handle with, but you can either bait to cav the right with Seteth, another tank. The Falcon Knights can be dangerous. You have to maintain your position for a while, which I can spam Hunter's Volley or Heavy Draw with finished Falcon Knights off with a different unit and all of this. The east of the map, while on the west, you have to escort the green unit to the tower. And that's pretty much, once Randolph starts moving, that's game.
For my house. Mother.
We face a powerful enemy today, but Garreg Mach will remain secure.
After that, we're basically cornered, and we have no resources to fight and supply soldiers or whatever. So we sent a request to Judith, the hero of Daphne, and to Claude as well. But Judith can only pull up. Claude is in a tight situation where he's basically holding the alliance together with those who are for the Empire and those who are against the Empire. An example is Lawrence's house, House Gloucester, which we will encounter him quite soon. And we are to meet up at ALL, the Valley of Torment, and are sold out. So chapter 15 is ALL, the Valley of LTCs, where we finish off Gwendo in a short amount of turns. A mage or rapier, you can easily finish him off, which is quite nice. We also get sold out by a church member, so f*** the Empire.
So, you've chosen to turn your blade against the Count. Never thought I'd see the day.
And yet you are seeing it, aren't you? Say what you will. I know your true feelings for me.
Sure, that is all in the...
I'm sure you watched my back by order of the Count. But you cared too. You were the only one who treated me as an equal.
So I have found a place to die. Young ones, I thank you.
So you're that professor.
We're here now, definitely. But we are fighting back now. With the Empire is our next chapter, the Great Bridge of Myrddin. And Freddy's replacement is quite easy to handle since I have Happy on magic duty, and yet I was a dumb not to pick up Lysithia, but hey, it is what it is. We handle Ladislava with ease and she is taken care of. Now, this map, chapter 16, is not that difficult, aside from the one paladin spawning in and the sudden reinforcements from Acheron's team, and it's just Fortress Knights, so you don't really have to worry that much, and they're quite easy to handle. You could kill Lawrence with a ballista if you have a bow unit like Petra or Leone, for example. That's a flyer, or a cav or whatever, so they're not that bad to handle. Sure, you'll trigger them to move, but you should be prepared by that time, so it's not that difficult to handle. And just spamming impregnable walls, you should be perfectly fine. But yeah, that was chapter 16. So we meet up with Gilbert, and Gilbert requests that we go all out with the Empire and have a little team up.
We realize that our enemies are the same, and that it may be
I see.
we are preparing to advance against the Empire. Will that is too much to ask, then at least allow us to freely cross the Great Bridge of Myrddin.
Hold a moment. We have just finished a fierce battle. To march straight for the main body of the Imperial Army, and I am happy to allow safe passage over the bridge. But to lend...
So that was a fucking lie.
Hold up, what the fuck, Sarah? How do you sell the bag this badly? You don't speak for me. Okay, jokes aside, we tell Gilbert that Dimitri's army can cross freely through the bridge. Me personally, this is Silver Snow, the route where we have the most connection with Edelgard other than her own route. You gotta get your get back, if you know what I mean. So, Gronderfield happens off screen, so instead we will share the Golden Deer POV of where they win and Dimitri and Edelgard are basically done for. Edelgard retreats back to Enbarr in her castle while Dimitri is pretty much dead. Claude is missing in Silver Snow, and Dimitri comes back to the monastery and tells us something.
A reason. Everyone gives such complicated advice, and I can never quite grasp it all. That is why, Professor, I came here to explain my decision. I have no resources to take back the kingdom capital, much less to defeat the Empire, and that is why...
But Sedith has to interrupt, so that went somewhere. Anyway, all three teams are devastated and badly hurt, so we can pull up to Fort Merceus with chapter 17 to box against Death Knight. And Sedith putting words in our mouth by saying this.
We are just about to pass through Gronder. It looks like the battle may... The Imperial... Yes, we must win for them as well.
Professor, the soldiers have finished changing into their disguises.
I believe this was your idea, was it not?
So, we head into Fort Merceus, but slowly, surely, we make our way towards the Death Knight, and we can already finish him off. Next thing you know, the thing blows up, and we head back to the monastery to discuss our next move. The next chapter is Enbarr, and we head into the castle. This map is weird because of the reinforcements. I remember doing this map on Maddening for the first time and realized, There's reinforcements that spawn in really easily or early, but in hard, yeah, it's not that bad since all you need to do is kill Death Knight and Hubert, which are not that difficult to deal with. Simple swift strikes or Spear Vassal and Darts of XT, whatever the case is. The reinforcements are similar from the ones on Manning, however this time you still have to go left because it's hard mode, so they don't jump you right off the bat, meaning they're not same turn reinforcements or ambush. There's only 2 waves in this map. When you finish off Death Knight and the Mage with the Ballista, no more reinforcements should spawn. Aside from the ones right next to Hubert, which are 4, but in that case, grab a tank and handle the enemies by the bridge. Once that's done, I stride and finish off Hubert with swift strikes. We prepare to attack the palace, but the dude pulls up out of nowhere and gives us intel on Edelgard's location, so we go into the castle and Alar alerted. A ton of enemies, we handle the center with ease. We ignore the left side completely, easily, while killing everyone on the right to handle everyone, including the demonic beast that can't even reach my team because the gap is too narrow. So moving to the throne room, there will be reinforcements spawning and the unit can just simply chill there while everyone else is wreaking havoc. I finally go and take out Edelgard, which was not that difficult again because it's hard. Let me say something to clear the air. I'm not trying to dump on people who play on lower difficulties in game. That's not my intent. Personally, I find normal and hard mode in this game to be brain dead easy. That's if I shit on someone who started working out and I've had years of experience training. So I just wanted to clear that up. Fighting Edelgard has a little bit of lines with Tylo, which has a generic one, or fighting someone in-house, fighting Byleth, Isithia, Claude, so on. There's lots of lines she shares in this one map, but you're here for the kill, so here it is.
So, you're another of the goddess's vanguard. You don't have even a shred of self-awareness, do you? Come at me, so that I may put you out of your misery. If I must fall, let it be by your hand. I want it to walk with you.
Looks like I see you around. See you next time. Oh right, this is Golden Deer Jr. So we head to Shambhala and the letter Hubert gave us, and they request that we take care of him, so we do just that. The case for my Manning video still applies. I still don't like playing this map. It's boring, tedious, and a slog to play through considering your spawn positions, and recently I found out that if you route the enemy before you open the door, the music just stops until the next player phase. So we jump in and take care of Talus quite easily. Am I forgetfulness to run combat animations. In a nutshell, Shambhala is full of tightness, which if you have like Scythia or a good mage, they're fine. But even then, they're quite bulky and have a crazy good hit rate regardless. But everything else is fine and not that bad to handle. Until after the map of a post-game interview, Talus is yapping about how the church will never get to enjoy victory. Zex nukes to himself that he airdropped it here, so okay. Rhea turns into a dragon and protects us from the nukes at the cost of her grave injury. Until then, we are basically done with the war. If you're playing Golden Deer, you get Nemesis and his army, but nothing here in Silver Snow. It would make sense. Claude just killed Talus right then and there. We would not have to worry about the dead army of Nemesis. But no, again, Claude's route should have been about Elmira and learning about the family of Claude and why the Elmirans are the way they are, but I digress. Moving on to the final chapter, we basically don't know anything but the fact that Rhea can die until she turns red or something, crashes out if you will. And we prepare for the final map with a banger soundtrack as well. The only reason why I wanted to finish this route is just so I could play the final map. We were basically forced to be the new Archbishop. So, let's start. We kick off the final map and there are a lot of white beasts, so we have to take care of them. And also there are a few enemies to the left and right which are great knights that get folded like launcher if you just use an armor slayer or any mage that touches them. The beasts are not that bad, at least the flying ones. All you need is a bow and arrow and you'll be fine for the most part. So taking the stronghold quickly is nice. But the main issue here is you can't obviously rush in blindly to Rhea. Even if Petra has crazy good avoidance, I took care of the beasts and helped my way to the top left the map and regrouped to kill the golems. That were a bit scary considering the hit rate and miracle are on my way, but even after all that, they are taken care of. And Rhea's Hoarfrost can be dangerous unless you have a dodge tank, but more importantly, she attacks an AoE damage only. What makes this more annoying is that gambits are quite difficult to hit, so if you can't hit one, but I spam Caspar's gauntlets and I'm able to quad since Rhea is not that fast. And Caspar had really good level ups, unlike my Crimson Flower one, so I slowly but surely killed her. Yeah, I'll show you the full fight. If you want to go to the final kill, just jump to this time gap, and yeah.
I know you want it.
What's my strategy?
Rhea, please!
So, the game ends with Rhea going back to normal and dying, living, well, unless you S-rank her. F no. But, who did I S-rank? Well, I S-ranked Petra, because she's the best Black Eagle, and her S-rank illustration is perfect. So the game ends, and this route is so bad, bro. Look, personally this route sucks, but the final map is fun, to be fair. If Silver Snow was focused on Rhea as the main lord, it would be awesome, but Papa Seta does not offer much. Unless he would have been an exclusive character in this class with the class called the Wyvern Saint or something like that. But what we do is apparently the first route that was developed. Yeah, Blue Lines feels the most complete. I did not want to complete this route because I already played this route through Golden Deer, and pretty much the only difference was Gronder Field and fighting Nemesis' army. So this route means nothing to me. And the only time I'll ever replay this route is doing it on Maddening, or if I ever try to Iron Man it. Because I do want to try the final map on Maddening. It does seem quite interesting and challenging to do if I'm honest. But gameplay wise, Silver Snow is fine. It's not a bad route, but I can't like it that much since there's some exclusive lore about the end of Rhea's dragon problems, and instead of telling us that the beasts that were once human have the blood of Rhea. So that came out of nowhere. Out of all the rounds, this was easily the worst one. You could say Golden Deer wasted Claude's potential, which does have some truth to it. I won't deny that, but still, at least Golden Deer had a badass final map. And Grounder Field Silver Snow was basically a trimmed Golden Deer. Think of it like taking the juices out of all the steak, for example. But yeah, that was Silver Snow. And the end of my time skip videos, as the next will be Cindered Shadows on hard mode, which from what I played is a little challenging, but still not that bad. So that's the plan until then. Thanks for watching, enjoy yourselves, and have a good one.